Where do you want to begin?
Pick your poison, as they say.
Okay, how about the Supreme Court?
Yeah, so we have seen, obviously, an enormous shift in the Supreme Court with regard to this issue of religious liberty and giving preference to people based on their religious beliefs, allowing them to discriminate. And we have a case in Texas where a justice of the peace has decided she does not want to marry gay couples. And the Texas Supreme Court is now taking it up, even though lower courts in Texas dismissed it.
Shades of Kim Davis.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, it brings us back to Kim Davis. And a lot of people are wondering, I thought this was all settled. Well, it was. The Supreme Court never took her case. They denied it. But there was a curious thing that happened when the Supreme Court denied Kim Davis's case. They unanimously denied it, but Clarence Thomas and Justice Alito joined Clarence Thomas in making a statement, not a dissent, but a statement in which they basically sided with Kim Davis, said that this is a terrible thing that happened. Her First Amendment rights have been attacked, and this is a problem the court is going to have to fix. And they basically said they were joining the majority because it was a poorly presented case. In other words, they were letting it be known that if another case comes forward, this was bad lawyering. If another case comes forward that's better, they'll go for it. And so then we had earlier this year the court ruling that in the case of private business, you can discriminate against gay and lesbian couples. The case of 303 Creative, the web designer who wanted the right to say no to gay and lesbian couples wanting web pages designed, even though nobody had come to her asking for a page to be designed. They ruled in her favor. So
this was following the same logic as the bake a cake guy, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And they ruled that, yes, a private business can have the right to discriminate if it violates their religious expression. So now this justice of the peace is trying to use that to expand that ruling into government officials. And some think that's, a stretch, but with this Supreme Court, I don't think it's a stretch. They have been able to do whatever they want. With this Supreme Court, it's where there's a will, there's a way. And the will, we can see in that statement that Clarence Thomas wrote just a couple of years ago, that basically give us a better case and we'll rule for a Kim Davis type of government official.
In other words, one person's interpretation of what they think an angry sky god wants for all of humanity trumps your actual humanity, being born a gay man and knowing it, trumps that. That your actual humanity, your actual presence here as who you are, is not as important as somebody's belief in some book that was written several thousand years ago about what a pissed off sky god has to say.
That's right. Thomas actually wrote in that statement, the court is privileging a novel constitutional right over a explicit guarantee to religious liberty in the First Amendment, which is ludicrous because you should not be pitting these things against one another. Everybody has the right to be treated equally under the Constitution.
It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Well, we're just going to have to wait and see how this shakes out because it's got to work its way through the Texas courts first. And It looks like he's getting knocked down at every level, but in part because of the old Kim Davis case. So I think you're right. I think the court is going to reconsider this and go down the cake route. So we'll see.
I agree.
This is not healthy stuff.